Hey everyone, my name is David Dunbar, the theme park evangelist. I am filming this YouTube video a little later than I anticipated. Unfortunately, I fell a little behind, so I'm here at my church. You might be wondering how I'm at my church when it's not a Sunday. I'm actually working for my church now. I'm excited that I am a janitor, and I am part of the team that is helping keep the building clean, helping keep everybody safe, and just period part of the just church staff in general is very exciting. So I really wanted to show everybody how my church, Hebron Baptist Church, is doing their absolute best to keep everybody safe during this COVID-19. Yes, I did mention on my Facebook. I don't know how many people that watch my YouTube videos look at my Facebook, so I'll just tell everybody just to be safe. Basically, a few months ago, back in May, so we're actually looking at like 5 months ago, so that's not even a few anymore. My pastor came here with his family, and he showed Facebook, like he did like a Facebook live video or something like that, on how my church is doing their absolute best to keep everybody safe. We had been just having everybody watch the service online. We still have online, and I'll show everybody how we're still doing that. And basically, for like the few months, everybody was watching the service at home. Only the essential people were allowed to be here. That was 10 people max. That's what the CDC said. But when we did finally open up, we knew we had to keep everybody 6 feet apart at all costs. And when you do come inside all the way, you will see for yourself how we're doing that. It is very, very interesting. I'm actually kind of intentionally blocking out the 6 foot markers and stuff like that behind me, and everything we are using to keep everybody safe, because I think it's very, very cool on how we're doing that. I'm intentionally wearing a face mask just to show you guys one of the requirements that we are using to keep everybody safe. I have the computer up. Unfortunately, it's locked right now, so I can't get into it. I don't have the password. I don't have that kind of authority. I do run the video here. That is part of my volunteer ministry, and then of course I work here as well. But anyway, yeah, as I said, we knew we were going to have people meeting here in person, so we intentionally set the church up just to keep everybody safe, make sure everybody was 6 feet apart, make sure everybody was wearing these. People are not allowed to mitigate out there. Basically, you just go in directly into the sanctuary behind me, and then when you leave, you go directly to the parking lot in front of me. And I mean, you can hang out in the parking lot as long as you want, or under the vestibule here to your heart's content, as long as you're not in the way of incoming cars and all that. But you just can't be lingering around inside. And we have discontinued all like light refreshments inside the lobby until further notice. We do try to have like food and beverage options here. We are supposed to be doing a trunk or treat in about 13 days. That's going to be interesting how we're going to do that. We're going to obviously have to do it 6 feet apart. And then, of course, we're going to be doing our first luncheon, like, how should I put this? Where everybody kind of makes their own plate, and you kind of go, like a potluck. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. We're doing our first potluck at the beginning of November. So that ought to be very interesting too. Anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around, and I'm going to show you guys the changes to the church. So normally you would come in this door or this door. There's my car right there, because I came in to clean today. And normally we would have some like technology stuff right there, so the deacons can check people in. Preferably, we prefer if everybody comes in these doors right here. Yes, you technically can come in these doors too, but preferably we want you to come in these doors over on this side. So if that makes any sense, the left doors. And then we will have a basket of face masks right there, freshly clean, of course, brand new. Disposable ones like I'm wearing right now. And then you'll proceed from there directly into the lobby. Now to kind of explain why you had to go and check in. So you need to go to reservations at hebronbaptist.org. That's reservations at hebronbaptist.org. One more time because I messed up on the second time. Reservations at hebronbaptist.org. So you have 4 sections. Section 1, Section 2, Section 3, and then Section 4. So when you go on reservations at hebronbaptist.org, you will receive a confirmation email later on in the week, because the emails get sent out every Wednesday morning. And you'll get to choose where you want to sit, which is available, of course, because we only have limited space up here and downstairs as well. And I'll show you guys the fellowship hall as well. Anyways, so when you come in, you'll have your ticket. You must have your ticket. I believe they are doing everything digital now, which is good. And the deacon will tell you exactly where to go. So let's say, for example, I have a seat right here in section 2. So the deacon will tell me where to go. And I'm going to proceed directly to section 2. And you might notice that there are some red tape at some of the pews. That is where you are not allowed to sit. And we also have some of these markers right over here as well to show that you are not allowed to sit there as well. So each pew is perfectly designed currently to only hold so many people. I believe the max amount of people that you can have in this entire sanctuary as of right now is about 80 people, and that's it, which is not terrible. But keep in mind, everybody will be 6 feet apart, wearing masks. You are not required to wear a mask when the service, or when the sermon is going on. Then the deacons cannot force you to wear a mask. We do put up signage saying that we are asking you to do it, but we can't actually come up to you and tell you you have to. I know there's a lot of people that do not like the face masks. So, of course, I would go directly to my assigned seat that I would have picked ahead of time. For me, it would be my mother. And then I'm going to come and I'm going to sit down where I need to be. So this is technically an open pew. You see right there, there's no red tape. So I'm going to sit here. I'm going to remain seated during the entire service. And then the pastor is going to say at the very end, the deacons will now come and tell you when you can go. So you have to stay here until the deacon comes right up right next to you. And then he'll put his hand out kind of like that. And at that point, you're going to get up and you're going to walk out. No, you don't necessarily have to go right back out the same way depending on where they put you. If you are seated, let's say right here, you need to proceed directly that way. If you're seated over here, you need to proceed directly out that way, and vice versa. My pastor did a much better job explaining all this than I am, but I am doing my absolute best. All right, now on to the next part. So we do have this video camera right here. The church has spent quite a bit of money to make sure that, you know, people are safely socially distanced and can watch the service online. So we do have this video camera pointed right at the stage, so you can sit at home or wherever you are and watch the service for free right from your electronic device of some sort. Obviously, you're paying for the internet, but it doesn't cost you a thing to watch the live stream. And of course, all of the words for the congregation here in the sanctuary will be projected on the screens, but for the live stream, it's actually going to be super fancy. It's going to be right down below at the bottom of your screen, which is kind of cool. But as I said, when you do have to leave at the very end, because the services are only an hour long now, hour and 15 minutes tops, you'll proceed directly out those doors and from there. Now, as a janitor, I feel fully responsible for making sure everything is highly sanitized at all times. I do the same thing at Meyer. Even the elevator, we're asking you to not put as many people in there at a time. We're trying to limit the use. And I'm going over everything just to be safe. You probably noticed I turned on the lights for the sound room. We do have our technicians, so to speak, back here. I'm one of them. Technically, they do not have to wear a face mask if they're back there because they're already more than 6 feet apart from everybody else. You can if you want to, but you are not required to. We also have this TV right here. We do show announcements on that TV. So services start officially at 10:30 in the morning. If you do want to know more about my church, go to hebronbaptist.org. That's hebronbaptist.org. All right, I'm going to show you guys one more room, and that is the downstairs. And then I will be heading on my way. Welcome to the fellowship hall. So we've kind of changed things around here and around this room a little bit. So we do have some chairs set up. Obviously, everything is 6 feet apart, and we can only have so many groups of people that are able to sit together. Hopefully, the social distancing markers we had upstairs were understandable. Now, this room can hold about the same amount as the upstairs. Typically, we don't usually fill up this room, and why is that? This is about the same as you would get for watching at home, but at least you have the ability to come to church with other believers and other people who do want to worship God. Now, the church did spend a small fortune, I should say, on these two HD TVs. They're about 50 inches each, if I'm not mistaken. So you are able to see the service right here from this room. And here's the best part. You see these speakers up here? We have sound that comes from the service itself directly into this room. And you can even hear it out there in the hallway. And people will directly come in from that hallway down that hallway out the door. And we do have face masks that are actually still right there right now. I'm not going to go over there and show you, but yes, that's the way you would be coming, and you will be wearing your face mask. You'll be checking in. Sorry, I'll show you when I get over there. You will be checking in right over here where that computer is. So once again, guys, I hope that information was extremely helpful to all of you, and I really hope that you guys consider emailing reservations at hebronbaptist.org. Once again, that's reservations at hebronbaptist.org to be able to come and join us here in person. We are trying to encourage more people and encourage whichever. Of course, we're doing it the polite way, to come here and worship with us in person. If you still don't feel comfortable with that, or if you're just now finding out about hebronbaptist.org, don't be afraid to go to hebronbaptist.org and find out about the church. I tell you the church's number, but I don't actually remember it at the top of my head, as sad as that is. And I probably see it all the time. But yeah, that's like the two best places to start. You can find out about the church. You can watch our live stream. We do a sermon recap every Monday morning at 11:30 a.m. And the pastor and the music pastor get together right there in the room behind me, and they will discuss the sermon from the day before. So, this is really good stuff. once again, hopefully this information is really helpful. And hopefully I'll have some cool vlogs for you guys to see. Hopefully I can do one tomorrow at my house, and I won't have to wear this thing. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next vlog. And always remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Have a great day. Peace out.